Okay, this one's called Plenty of Miracles. My mom tells the story of a Cambodian lady and a whole bunch of other miracle stories that were going on.
Whole evening color
Sure.
display. There was a woman named Sopon. She grew up in Cambodia, a beautiful woman who was very sick in a hospital. As she was a little girl, a man came out every day and said, "Call on the name of Jesus if you need help. Jesus will help you and save you and bless you." And when she was very sick, she knew she was going to be killed because the sick people in Cambodia were just being killed. So she cut her IV lines and went out into the woods. As she went out, she prayed, but she didn't know she was praying. She just said, "Jesus, help me, Jesus, help me." And an angel of some sort came out from in that woods, bound up her wounds, and blessed her and told her to escape. She ended up into the mission that we had there in Philadelphia and told her story. Before she got to that mission, she landed with the World Vision people in a refugee camp and learned the full story about who this Jesus was. She was a very educated Cambodian woman, married a Cambodian man in a refugee camp and came in with a little child named Peter. And Peter wasn't well, and the doctors at Children's Hospital healed him, and my dear daughter Sharon helped to look after all of them. And my little grandson Jesse played with Peter and called him a Bodhi because he couldn't say Cambodian, he was still too young. And other things happened like that. I remember at that same time resettling refugees and praying over a young baby with a high fever. "God, please heal this baby. Please take away her fever." And I just touched her and held her and gave her back to her parents. And they reported to me the next day that within an hour of my leaving, the baby's fever had totally left without any medicines. There were people such as Gary Whetstone and all that were healing people, and their legs were going longer, and all kinds of unusual things were happening. Cancers were disappearing. Hearing was restored. In this generation, with people that I listened to on the radio, that were their stories were true and authentic, and I met them in person in hotels.
See, my mom, when she would find special things going on, she would travel to the location where they were going on. If she read something, if she heard something on the radio, she would actually get herself to the church or the location where the stuff was happening. My mother was a researcher and an observer. She was a learner, constantly. And it's weird because when God crashed in on me, I told him, I hate Christianity. I don't want to be involved in this stuff. I can see all the fakery. You're going to have to show me how to handle this stuff. And I want to be better than all these teachers because they didn't get through to me in a good way. So my mother is an example of really taking her life and researching the wild stuff that's going on and staying literally like a surfer, staying on the curve of the wave on the ride. She stayed on the ride as she went along.
This was exciting for me, and to know, just as I was looking for, that Christianity hadn't died out, not even the signs and wonders. I knew the worship still existed, but the worship was almost like what it's complained about one place in the book of Matthew, that people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. But I started meeting people whose hearts were close to God. And yet there was still something missing until very lately.